All right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to another edition of the Farmer Cigar Garage Talks. We are back in the garage this week. Um, really was hoping for a much calmer, warmer Sunday, but unfortunately, it is very cold out, windy, and it's just not a lot of fun. It would not make for a good video, so I decided to come back out to the garage and share this topic with you guys. So, what are we smoking? What are we drinking? So I decided to pick every cigar and beer, the perfect combo that I can't pronounce very well. So sorry about this. This is an American Viking, first edition. Oh, let's see, Obrigado, Obrigado. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, I'm not trying to pronounce it poorly, but again, I'm not really good with other languages, thanks to my dyslexia. Had the cigar before, it is pretty good. For the beer from Odd Side, we have a Mexican style lager. What is that? That's Curves, Curvesio. Sounded pretty interesting. Sounded like a good beer. We're going to give her a whirl here. And sorry, Odd Side. Sorry, Cigars Daily, for royally butchering the names of your products. Again, though, my dyslexia does not help with any of that, and the fact that I'm not very good at many other foreign languages. So this looks like a nice, good, light lager. All right, a little hoppy, but not bad. See, that actually is a nice compromise. Some good hops, but it's not an IPA kick you in the throat hops. Oh, I also got a new toy. I got a new lighter from Cigars Daily. Looks like a traditional Zippo. Actually, it's a flint and steel to light, but it's actually a butane where it can do the hard flame and the soft flame in the same lighter. Is that neat? I used to light my cigar. It was awesome. You could use the hard flame to toast the foot, and then the soft flame to really light it, get a good light going without overheating your cigar. So I'm loving it. That's going to be a staple here at the homestead. I'm really enjoying that lighter. So tonight's topic. My kids went to BayCon this last weekend. And they ended up doing the cosplay competition. I thoroughly enjoy cosplaying. I enjoy my kids doing it. It really is an opportunity for you to really get out of your shell. Right? So it's a chance for people to put on a persona, put on a costume, put on some sort of kit that allows them to pretend to be someone else for the day. And it's amazing, right? You have people dressing up as comic book characters, as superheroes, supervillains, movie star characters. The cool part is you are given full permission to basically act that character out, right? If you want to be Deadpool, you want to be super goofy, you can do that. If you want to be, Chris Redfield and be super macho, you can do that. You want to be, shy and timid, you can pick a cosplay character to do that. And it is awesome. I think it's a great opportunity for some people who are socially awkward. It gives them a reason to go out into society and be something they're traditionally not. And that is very healing. That is very good for people to be able to do that, to be able to, pretend that there's something they might not usually be on their daily lives. And far be it from me to, really judge anyone for doing that, because these guys go all in and it's a lot of fun. And like I said, I've done it multiple times. My kids do it for cons. It's fun. But I did notice in this last con that certain political agendas that are left-leaning are starting to show up a lot. There was a lot of just guys dressed as girls, not specifically, cosplaying as a character. They were just cross dressing, which okay, sure, fine, fine, fine. Um, there were people cosplaying as characters, and all of a sudden they've got rainbow flags all over them and ally pins and stuff like that. And again, I'm not really knocking someone for how they cosplay. Again, it gives you an opportunity, a chance to do something completely different than you normally do, to be someone completely different than you normally are. But my fear is that, and it was semi-realized, the judging competition only picked characters, for the most part, who wore their pride emblems on their outfits, who very clearly were trying to have a message or an ideal with their cosplay. Ones who, fit their non-cosplay persona, fit a certain standard, shall we say. And that's kind of where I'm taking this. I'm troubled by this. Again, cosplaying should be a time, it doesn't matter what your political orientation is, what you believe, what you don't believe. It should embody the character you are pretending to be. And what I saw were, evidence that perhaps they were going to start having people, not be qualified if you didn't vote correctly, if you don't have the pride pins and pride flags and stuff like that. That wokeism, that extreme leftism coming through. Again, I don't mind. You want to dress up as a girl and you're a guy? Perfect. You want to, gender bend a character? Awesome. You want to be a flamboyantly gay character? Don't care. That's what Cosmic Cons or cosplaying is all about. Cosplay is all about being something or someone you're not. But one, it would be nice if you stuck to the actual, theme of the character, but there is some bending and modification. I'm cool with that. And if you want to, dress up Deadpool in a pride flag outfit, and have him, have a dildo instead of a handgun. Okay, fine. Cosplay how you want. But we should not then only award people who do that to their cosplays, right? It should be based on the true factors. Did you make it yourself? What's the quality of the work? Do you embody the character? Do you, what's your stage presence? What little details did you put in? Well, that person that totally woke-bended Deadpool, although he or she might have done a great job on it, that's not the theme of the character, right? That's not personifying that character. So to then award someone a prize for their cosplay when they really aren't keeping the theme or the spirit of that character, I think that's wrong. Now again, if you want to do it, hey, power to you. I just don't want that to become the expectation that everyone has to. If you're going to cosplay, you have to, bend and adjust and follow the message. Make your character a modern, for modern audiences, as they say. I think you should be able to have a Rambo character that will be scored, just as appropriate to, does he, have defined muscles? Does he have big guns? Does he have, that feel and presence that he is Rambo? Well, then yeah. But if all of a sudden Rambo comes out with a, his transgender boyfriend and he's preaching nothing but peace and love while up on stage, well, no, that's not Rambo. He was a down-to-earth person who, fought bad guys with a, 50 or, it was a 50 cal machine gun. Like, you got to keep in in theme, in my opinion. Again, if you want to, not going to knock it, but I don't think that should be required, and I don't think it's something that the judges should be like, ooh, this has the right message. We want this person to win. And that definitely did happen at this con. The winners were the ones that definitely showed a certain message with their outfits, whether or not the character they were portraying personified that message. So like I said, I've seen lots of gender bending. There have been some gender bending cosplays that have inspired some really good comics. Lady Deadpool is one of them. It was actually inspired because women were gender bending Deadpool's character into a female. Like, hey, this might have a market. But this woke bending, yeah. Again, you do you. Cosplay is about having the freedom to express yourself and the freedom to be something you're not. But to make it the norm and make it how you're going to win, I don't like that. That gives me an EWE feeling, if you know what I mean. But anyway, folks, by and large, the kids had an awesome time. Mom and Dad had a suspected time. I mean, taking them to these large events with lots of people is very stressful. And that just is what it is. But we had as much fun as was possible. Seeing having to chase down kids through a convention. So, by and large, we all had fun. It was a good convention. It's always growing every year. We're excited to see what's going to happen in the future here. And we're going to keep cosplaying as long as we can until they kick us out. But after this last convention, boy, we might get kicked out sooner than I thought. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go enjoy a cigar I can't pronounce, a beer I can't pronounce, but they're both delicious. Stay safe out there. We'll see you on the next one.